Hello, welcome to today's video. I was going to do a Q&A, but I feel like a life update is going to be a little more appropriate. And then if you have questions based on this life update, you can leave them in the comments. And then maybe one of my next videos, I'll do a Q&A and kind of answer everything. But hey, I'm Brianna. If you just so happen to be joining in this video, I am a divorced mom of 3 kids. I cannot believe this, guys. Landon is turning 9 in a few days. So that means I've been doing this YouTube channel for going on 9 years. It'll be 9 years this summer, which is wild. It's crazy, like almost a decade here on YouTube. It just blows my mind. And like life just continues to change. And yeah, thanks for being along for the journey here with me from the early stages of motherhood to now being a divorced single mom of 3 kids. But I'm in a pretty good mood, not gonna lie today, because we just got back from a cruise. One of the things in our agreement, how it works since we've gotten divorced, is we switch off who gets spring break each year. So this year's spring break was my week with the kids. So we went to Fort Lauderdale for 2 days and then did a 3-night cruise to the Bahamas. And it was the kids' very first time on a cruise. And we just had so much fun. Like the last morning at breakfast, Landon, he's so cute. He says to everybody, he's gonna be like the best dad someday, you guys. Like, I'm not trying to rush things. I know he's only turning 9, but I'm so excited to see him as a dad. Because just at the breakfast table, he's like, all right, I want everybody to go around and share their best memory, their worst memory, and their funniest memory from our trip. Which I was like, stop, you're like so cute. But truly, I couldn't think of a worst memory. Like, there wasn't a memory that I was like, oh, this mistake happened. We've definitely had on travel trips, like issues come up or delays or, you know, really bad service or getting like pushed in a line at Disney World. That's happened before. But yeah, I was like, I can't think of a worst memory on this trip. Like everything, the weather was so good. I feel like the kids really loved going on the cruise. I think I will definitely be looking into more cruises in the future. I think they just work really well for our family. So yeah, so I feel like I'm kind of entering this life update overwhelmingly positive. And the eclipse was yesterday as well, which I just felt that brought on a whole new energy. And there's a lot of things I've been praying about just for some answers and to be like, give me a sign or tell me what the right direction is to go. And there was some interesting closure when it came to a couple things recently too. So I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm ready for this new chapter. And I think ready to give you guys a little bit of a life update of just like what's kind of been going on over, I don't know, the last few months, the last year even. But I think the biggest question I've been getting, because I never made it like an official announcement or anything like that, is I am single. So I had been dating someone after my divorce and we're no longer together. At the end, it was kind of on and off for a little bit, and it just ultimately is not the right long-term relationship for me. And that's what I'm looking for, and that's kind of what I'm excited about for this next chapter. I'm in no hurry, by the way, but I will say, like, you just do get lonely at times. Like, I'm excited for it when it happens, but I believe it's all gonna happen like when the timing is right. So I'm just kind of excited to let life play out, and when Mr. Right comes along, I feel like I know, like I feel like I have learned from all of the experiences and past relationships that I've been in. A lot of the, quite honestly, like mistakes I was making or things that I was settling for, things that I just know are not going to work in the future. So I'm super, super grateful that I've had all of these experiences and life lessons, and just excited to see what's next. And I think when that like kind of ties into this update of my kids, because they're my life, they're my #1 priority. They're who I think I had the most concern in the divorce and the move back from Hawaii here to Ohio, of just making it like a really good transition for them. And, you know, I decided to keep this home for them just so that they had that familiarity with something, since they were leaving their schools and their friends and our Hawaii home, and, you know, going on a different schedule than with what nights they were with me and what nights with Adam, all of that. Like, they're doing so good, and I'm just so proud of each and every one of them. And it's the greatest honor in my life that I get to be their mommy and help them as they go through school and make friends. And it's just the most fun thing. I feel like we're in a really fun era with them right now, because they're, Landon and President, I'm talking about, at least they're in their sleepover era. So I love on the weekends when I have them here, we do sleepovers and their friends come over, and I feel really excited too. I've like made friends with their friends' parents, and so that's been really nice too. Kind of, you know, the parents will hang out while the kids are hanging out and playing, and it's just been nice as somebody who, I think it's the hardest part of the entire divorce situation, is not having another adult that I get to talk to. Because you guys know, like, I work from home, so it's not like I'm going to an office or a school or something where I'm getting to chat with other people during the day. So unless I'm like really intentional about calling my friends and having that adult conversation, you know, there can be days where it feels, I'm like, I really haven't gotten to talk to anybody today. And that's when it can just feel lonely. So I definitely appreciate very much all of my friendships. Like, I have lifelong friends who've stuck through this journey with me, and then I'm really appreciative of the new friends that I've made along the way too. Oh, I saw Kailua, she just like dive bombed off my vanity. I guess update on Kailua, I'll grab her to show you her really fast. You wanna say hi to everybody? Say how you're doing. This is our big girl now. Remember when she was like a teeny tiny little kitty? You were so little, and now you've gotten so big. But she's kind of followed in Coley's shoes. If you can see, Coley's sleeping over there. Coley's gonna be 16 years old in October, so she's almost 15 and a half, which that's just crazy that I don't know how she's that old. She sleeps a lot, and definitely one of the things I just get nervous about with her now is I have to be like really careful when we let her outside, of just keeping an eye on her, because she started like wandering a little bit. I think she's just getting to that age. It's hard for me to think about. I don't want to go there. Let's keep it a little lighter. I think the other topic I've gotten a lot of questions about, just connected to the man that I was seeing after the divorce, is what's the situation with Cap and Queen. So it is fully my business. I had to get a lawyer and work some stuff out, and it was not fun, but it was my dream and my passion, and so I fought for it, because I feel like it wasn't necessarily even just mine. I feel like it was our community's. Like, that's something we share in the Clean With Me videos, and just, I think why we all relate to each other is we want to feel joy in our everyday life, and that's what I wanted those products to bring to you, with their, you know, new scents every single month. Make it fun, making it exciting, to just do those everyday tasks and to feel like you weren't alone. So it was something that was always a dream of mine to start. And again, I'm so appreciative of the help in getting it started, and I'm so appreciative of your guys' support in like making the business a reality, and I'm excited to just kind of continue it on and see where it goes from here. I do have really good, I'm not gonna lie, like, I think they're the best scents we've had yet, coming out this month and next month, so April and May scents. So stay tuned for those. You kind of got a sneak peek, I think, of what the names are of them in my, what was my last video? It was like the last day in the life video that I did, because we had a little photo shoot for it, but they're gonna be so good. So stay tuned for those. As far as other updates go, I do have some things in the works that I'm really excited to get back to again. So I am going to be relaunching the podcast, so stay tuned for that. And then I also am going to be relaunching my YouTube courses. I know so many of you have asked me for probably the last few years now. I don't think I've done one since I gotten divorced, and I'm super excited to have it for you, because I wanted to revamp it, because obviously a lot changes. I mean, things change every single month, but for the last 2 years, a lot has changed as far as the social media landscape. So it's going to be a revamp of the course, and I'm just so excited to do that again with you guys. So I'm actually gonna have in the description box below the link to it. because like that's what this entire channel and this community has been for me. It has been what has gotten me through not only my motherhood journey, which is, you know, difficult. It's really hard. When I like started this channel as a working mom who was traveling all the time, who had no idea how to navigate breastfeeding and traveling and pumping and getting my milk through airport security and all that kind of stuff. I feel like this community got me through that, got me through pregnancies, got me through my divorce, and I would not have been able to be an independent woman the way that I am if it weren't for YouTube. I mean, YouTube has been everything for me this past decade, and I'm so grateful. And I think that there's space for more people to get on here and help, whether you're teaching other people how to do something or sharing your life journey, or, you know, if you have tips or you love travel and want to do a travel channel, anything along those lines. I think there's so much space here on YouTube for people to start a business and share their passions and help the world. So I want to be able to help you do that without making a lot of the mistakes that I made upon starting my channel and getting going. And I would love to be able to help you if it is something that, you know, is on your heart and on your mind for wanting to do. So I'll have a link down in my description box. And if you want to join me in this next round of my course, I would love to have you, and I would love to be able to help you on your YouTube journey. Another thing a lot of people have asked me about, because you've seen me move into this home, decorate this home. I've done a lot of home improvement updates in here, and every season, obviously, I still have so much fun decorating it. Those are some of my favorite videos to make for you. But a lot of people have been like, are you gonna move? Is it like weird to live in the house that, you know, you have a lot of memories with your ex in? And there is, I think, in the future, I feel like there's going to be this opportunity for like a clean slate. But I feel, this is again my like feelings, my intuition, which I know might sound like a little woo-woo, but it's just, I don't know, it's like something I feel of, it's going to be a home that I create with my lifelong partner. I'm not sure if that means we'll build a home together. I'm not sure if that means that we'll move into a different house and make it our own. But for now, I think for the kids, I want them to stay here because they love all the friends that they've made here. They love their school. And again, I've like made a lot of friends with neighbors and the parents who all live here, and it's so nice. Like, I don't want to leave this spot. Like, I love this neighborhood. I think it's great for the kids. So for now, staying, but I do hope that maybe there will be, in this next chapter, when I meet the right person, that we'll be able to make a home together. And it won't feel like I have to like make the home all by myself, because I think that's been probably one of the hardest things on this journey so far, is just feeling like I've had to take on everything myself, from not just like financially, but all the housework and all the decorating and all that mental load of making sure everything with the kids. It cut me off, but I know you all get it. There's a lot that comes into not only just taking care of a home and being a homemaker, but then also being a mom and taking care of your kids, and also then somehow having to try to navigate time for yourself and navigate time for your friends and navigate time for the rest of your family. And it's just a constant like juggling act to keep all the balls in the air. And it's a lot doing it on your own. And I'm just excited that I will not settle for anything less than somebody who's like a true partner in the future. So, all right, so I've updated you on that I'm single. I've updated you on Cap and Clean. Updated you on that I'm staying in this house. Updated you just on like life in general after the divorce. I get a lot of questions of just like, how is co-parenting going? And you know, I think I have always been one, just kind of coming from what I came out of with my parents, where we never had a holiday together after they divorced, and it was really stressful on me and my sister. I just want to eliminate all the stress for my kids, so that's why like when we go trick-or-treating, I make sure that like we're all still together as a family, and you know, just make it about them. And same thing, like when it comes to school events or anything like that, it's always just like, it's about them. no drama. But for my own mental health and well-being, I try to go just as zero contact as possible, which really isn't in my nature. I would love a world where we could still be really good friends. I just have come to terms with reality that it will never, or it's very unlikely to be that way, which is sad because I wish it could be different for the kids. But again, I think the best thing I can do for the kids is just protect my mental health and my sanity and be as happy of a mom as I can be for them and make it as little conflict and as little, you know, drama and stress on them as possible. So that's why I've opted into just strictly, I only communicate about kids' schedules and all that kind of stuff. It's really frustrating though when there's, you know, things in the decree that we're supposed to be splitting for the kids when it comes to their activities and like the dance and the cheerleading and the soccer. And I'm getting, you know, no support, even though it's in our decree 50-50. You know, in the divorce, I was the breadwinner of our family. I, for years, when Adam wasn't working, paid every single bill, every single mortgage, all the credit cards, did all the vacations, did all the Christmas. I mean, that's kind of how most of our marriage was. Like once I was doing YouTube on top of my regular job, I was always paying for basically everything because I could, and because I thought that my marriage was forever, and that's the way that I viewed it. So looking back on it now, I definitely should have been doing that. I should have been really protecting myself and the kids' future a lot more because I lost a lot. So I guess just to kind of be open about it, like I don't get alimony, I don't get child support. So like, it's a lot. Like I have so much weight on my shoulders all the time. And I know other moms out there get this. Like there's so much pressure. But that's why it's like so important for me to keep taking the kids on vacations, even if it's me by myself, to make sure that, you know, their dance and their cheerleading and their soccer and any activity that they want to do, they can do. I mean, that was always even my motivation behind why I wanted to have my own business and, you know, why I wanted to be successful is because I remember what it was like as a kid. My parents loved me and they both worked really hard, but they just didn't have the means sometimes for me when I wanted to do competitive cheerleading or when I wanted to do certain activities at school. Like there just wasn't extras in my house to be able to do those things sometimes. And I just don't want my kids, it's just something, you know, in my head as a parent, I've always been like, no, I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna get to do whatever activity it is that you wanna do. So even though he's not supporting his half like he's supposed to with those things, I'm gonna make sure that they still get to do it. And I'm just gonna make sure that I can give them the best life. I feel like God put me on this earth to spoil those babies and give them the best life that I possibly can as their mom. So I always start these videos where I say like, I'm not gonna cry, I'm like in such a good mood. But I guess that's the thing about real life and these updates is life is not the picture perfect smile happy that you see all the time on social media. So just remember that, like even when you see all those smiles, like those people are definitely going through hard times behind the scenes too. It's just a lot more fun to share about the good stuff and to share the smiley stuff than the bad stuff. Anyways, somebody has asked me about this multiple times and I feel like it is a random sign from God that like I should be doing this. So I'm just gonna put this out there for you all. Because you know that I love to travel, and I think more than anything you know that I'm like the biggest Disney freak in the whole wide world. And I've gotten so many messages from people asking me like, can you become a Disney travel agent and help me plan my Disney vacation? And it's something I'm gonna look into. So I'll report back on it. I think I just kind of have to see timing wise if it can work, because I obviously overcommit myself already to a lot of things. Like obviously I want to keep up with my YouTube, 2 videos a week, and I'm really excited just because the podcast is something I have like an editor for. So it's more that I just look forward to having the conversations with the people that are gonna be on the podcast, or when I even just sit down by myself and kind of talk about a topic with you guys on the podcast. I like doing that. So it takes me just like a couple hours a week. That's not a like very heavy lift as far as the podcast goes. But I have a lot behind the scenes when it comes to Cap and Queen that actually takes up a pretty big bulk of my time, more than you would imagine. And then there's just the house and mom stuff that I'm really busy doing every single day too, on top of all of that. So I have to try to figure out like if I were to do that, because to me, I'm like, you know, I think when you're a travel agent, or maybe depending what agency you work for, there's a level of support needed for something goes wrong the day of travel and those kind of things. And I would want to make sure that I can commit to really helping you in those situations. I mean, when it comes to the planning process, I can absolutely give like the best recommendations for restaurants and characters and all that kind of stuff that your kids are into, and like what you want to see and do. So it's something I think I would just need to look into more. So I'll keep you updated on that one as well. All right, I'm gonna leave this life update with sharing some of my hopes and dreams for the future. I journaled all about this with the eclipse, and I'm just praying about this every single day. There's like 4 things that I'm really hoping in the next year life update that I'm gonna be able to come and tell you guys about. And first and foremost, it's the kids, like health and happiness, that we're just continuing to grow and, you know, overcoming all of the co-parenting struggles and really just getting very acclimated to this phase of life where I'm a single mom and we are really bonded and connected. I mean, I'm definitely feeling that after the vacation we just went on too, but just keeping them happy and healthy and growing and flourishing. The second thing is that I would love to report back that my businesses are all just continuing to thrive and do really well, and that maybe it's the travel agent thing, is another really exciting area where I can be helpful to you. And then when it comes to travel, there's a couple of places I want to be able to say like I've gone here or the trip is planned, and that's Tokyo and Egypt. I really want to go back to Europe, and I really want to take the kids on a Disney cruise. And then the 4th thing, this is really personal. It's kind of scary to say this, but like, I just know my heart is so close to like being absolutely ready for that next person. Like, I have done a lot of healing. You guys know I was doing wellness retreats. I've been doing therapy, lots of journaling, got back to working out every single day basically. It's pretty rare. Even on like vacation, I was still doing stuff. And it's just put me, I think, in such a good headspace and such a healed space to be ready for entering into space with a partner. So like a year from now, I hope to report back that I'm with a partner we're in a really healthy and happy relationship with each other. So putting all that out there, so maybe you can do the same. Put your declarations down in the comments, because I think that would be so fun to read. What are the things you'd want your life update to say 1 year from now? Do it with me. All right, well, thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for the podcast. If you're interested in joining my YouTube course, link is down in the description box below. And I'll see you in my next video. And just thank you so much for being here and supporting Cap and Queen and just being in this community. I could not be doing this as a single mom without all of your support. Bye guys.